Irrespective of the differences over trade between India and the US, Dr. Leslie Vinjamuri, President and CEO of Chicago Council on Global Affairs, says in an exclusive conversation with our correspondent Akhilesh Suman that there is bipartisan support for India in the United States. She adds that India-US relations will bounce back in the years to come. Let's listen in.
Here with me is the President of the Council, Vinjamuri. Vinjamuri, what is happening between India and USA?
I think there's a moment in which the U.S. and India are trying to really restore what was a deep rupture in the relationship last summer. At this Raisina dialogue, we've seen several meetings between Americans and Indians where they've really tried to move the relationship back on track, to look ahead, to look forward. I think, there's been a long-standing bipartisan commitment on the part of the United States to India. Everybody understands its strategic and geopolitical significance. There's a sense of another democracy, the world's largest democracy, working with the United States. That sort of shared basis of history and values is extremely important.
If this is bipartisan consensus about India, then why is so much of hiccups between India and USA?
Because President Trump is a president who has got a very singular view on the economy, on trade, on tariffs, and bilateral trade balances. And he just had it in for anybody who wasn't on the right side of that ledger. And so there was really no exception made. But we have seen a recalibration, and I think that's sort of the interesting story, that despite the profound disruption and the, at one point, 50% tariffs, that there's been a clawing back. And the U.S. understands that India is critical. And, right now we're seeing the decision made to lift for 30 days the sanctions on the export of Russian oil to India. This is a very complicated terrain, but I think what it does show, regardless of one's position, is how profoundly important and enduring this relationship